Hopefully you can join me. I'm getting my color ready. Although they're a little bit too much of red in those brown. You know what? Let's get this one. So here I want to have some lighter color, and then we can go here. Hi, morning. Thank you so much, Frida, and thank you. Hi, Mr. Okay, good to know that it's you and Elena. Thank you so much for joining. And you can give me the thumb up, like whatever. So maybe we would have more people here. Maybe, maybe not. But here at least the live stays. So even if there is no people on the live, we still get the opportunity to watch later. It's important. Okay, reflections. This would go here. It is Dory. It is my Dory. It was a day like we used to take her to the beach. I don't want to say often, but quite a bit. But she just doesn't like other people and dogs. You're a boomer for sure. Yeah, my parents can't follow me on TikTok. It's too much for them. They can do Instagram. No, no, not even Instagram. Facebook. Facebook they do. Yeah, but YouTube and TikTok is like crap. What the heck is it? Okay, we need to have shadow underneath her. And we want to remember that it would go vertical a little bit because we're doing the perspective. So this would be the, not the vertical, horizontal. This would be her horizontal line. All our vertical would go into the vanishing point. We don't gonna have true vertical in this art. Okay, so we're giving her a feeling that she's more grounded and less floating like a bad Photoshop. Really? Yeah, I can see it. My nieces, my sister had them when she was 40, a little bit under, but closer. And I'm just thinking about how life would be for us. And like, okay, they're gonna explain us so many things, and they're gonna think that we are completely dumb. And I can tell you that I think that it's so unfair. My father had to deal with some government things that something with his driving license. He need to get all kind of papers, doctor certification, whatever. My bottom line is that the only way to do it is through the app and uploads, specific uploads. There is no one to talk to really, and he got actually to a point that he lost his license because he was just postponing it because he couldn't figure it out. So now we're going to try to help him. I don't know if we will manage to do it because the moment that they uh, um, took the license, even if it was considered not a permanent thing until just they get information. The moment that they did it, um, that's it. We hope that not, but it's so unfair. And he was trying to call them, and we got one response on the phone call, but it doesn't matter. Just unfair, especially a body that's supposed to handle more of the mature people. I think that it's very important that it would be less technical. Yeah, that's what I think. It's just, this is not how it's supposed to be. So I think that everybody, every form, every organization that deal with older people, I'm not saying even just like, like really, really got it. Like the moment that you need to deal with people that are 50, 60 and more, you have to have the option to bypass just a app or technology or whatever. Oh, thank you so much, Isabel. Actually, this is just a sketch in my sketchbook, but I appreciate that. I do art for 25 years now, and watercolor since COVID, I guess. So many, many years of watercolor. No, actually, call watercolor maybe not that much, but for art. I appreciate that, Frida. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I'm happy that it's very obvious that it's Dory because it's not like super detailed. It's not like it's computer. Yeah, exactly. It's not like, let me show you the other art that we did for Dory. This is gonna go to an art show actually. So let's do this. This is a frame. You can see the glare. So this is Dory Dory. So obviously you can see that this is Dory, but this is a different Dory, like more loose, fun. Dory is having fun. Dory is afraid of the water, by the way. In our house, she doesn't get close to the pool. And yet, on the beach, she saw the first time we took her, it was to the dog beach. So she saw all those dogs jumping in and out, and she was just so excited to get to them that she started jumping into the water. Not too deep, right? But she didn't mind a little bit. And yeah, after that, like even when taking her to a more secluded beach, she still don't mind wetting her paws. Thank you, Elena. She is beautiful. Thank you, Trill Da Kid. Trill Da Kid. Yeah, some of them name are more challenging for me. I'm moving some pigment around to get some highlights because even though it's a very dark coat, we know that we have the sun coming from the top, so we're gonna have some areas here. Now this become more like a line, and it's not a line, it's a shadow, so I'm adding water and maybe a little bit of brown. When I said that the other painting that I just show you got into a competition, jury competition, I feel like it's not me, it's me and Dory, because it's great that I'm painting her, but she's the model, and I think she's a very unique dog. Okay, reflection. You want to have some light in it, so I'm adding some water to get different type of shadows. And I love letting the watercolor just spread around. Huh. I need, it's funny, okay, TikTok and YouTube having their own way to create interaction, and it's weird because it doesn't fit anything. So right now, I got a notification to put. I'm not gonna do it. Like questions, like what word make you laugh? Mm, okay, so what does it have to do with art? God knows. Okay, what do I want to have? I want to have blue. Let's have a bit blue, and let's get some darker value here. Let it just merge into the watercolor. Do we see it? Okay. The problem with too much water that then the color wouldn't be deep enough. Let's some deep blue coming here. Just spreading some here, here, here. Maybe here as well. Okay, so we would have a little bit more contrast, and it's gonna show lights the moment that we have more contrast. So, new to the platform, I think that even though there are less people here, TikTok is not as good as YouTube. TikTok, first of all, look at the picture. I don't know if you can see, but the colors are different here. It's less vibrant than the one that was in the other platform. I think that the setting of the camera is a little bit different. Not too much still, it's a little bit more vibrant than mine, but and yet, yeah. So this is first thing. The other thing is that people here come to watch a little bit more patiently than people that are waiting for like 5 seconds, whatever. So I think this is also something good. Okay, I want to have some more definition of the rock, and I'm using more pigment and darker value at the lower part. So we're saying we have light sources coming from the top, and I'm looking only to find those dark shadows. So remember, this is going to be the closest to us. We want to have the most details. So just, I'm still in the frame, right? It's just, well, actually, this is the closest. More details. So this is going to be a big rock if it's closest to us. Let's give it some reflection. And once it's dry, I'm going to create the ripples. Shifting this. She had her leash. Go and go like this. And then this is where you really get the leash coming like that. because she has this like wire because she chew her leash. So there is a wire over here. You started. uh, so what are you trying to focus on? Because landscape is very different than fruit as far as like concept and what you're gonna do with this. The blueberry we did in a sketchbook, right? I really want anyone here from, no, we have only two people, like five. Anyone here from California know of like a art retreat? Because Frida, you told me about it, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, that would be so nice to just go to a place. I know Europe have a lot of watercolor. Wait, let me correct myself. Watercolor retreat. I know that Europe has a lot of those, but I didn't see in California. You prefer still life? Yeah, I don't think that you need to focus all your life on one subject matter, but I think that when you are finding your step, you want to focus on one, and I think you are in the finding your step stage. Yeah, I want to do a retreat. I don't know if it's count because I'm like, hey, hubby is flying all the time, but he's doing it for work. But this is my work, so. Um, so right now, actually, I told you I started doing those nose art. So I did one, and then my hobby partner at the hangar thought that it was very cool. So I did one for him, and now his partner on a different airport want one. So I'm gonna do one for him. And while I was painting, there was another person that saw the art and it's like, hey, I want one. Like, okay, I'm open to commission. The problem is that most of those guys are building their airplanes, so it's like even when they get excited, it's a process until the airplane is ready. Um, so we're not there yet. Like as I say, it's gonna take some time. Okay, still didn't really work on the reflections. Mhm. So there is just a suggestion and reflection. We still didn't do the ripple. There is a lot of things that we still didn't do. Here, this need to go darker. So this is gonna be like, come on, reference. I want to do this. I want to do this. Some here, some here. Some here. Maybe this is closer. Maybe we see more of those fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. Maybe we see it. Maybe this is farther. Okay. Now let's get some really dark value for this. Gosh, if I don't have enough pigment, obviously, I'm not getting the dark value that I want. Now it's very wet and I want it to be less wet because the more dry it is, the more opaque it is. Soft. And this is the little nail that you always scratch me with. Again, I want to try to not make it like about detailed dog. It's not supposed to be detailed. I just want to give the right impression. Oh, Black Dog, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And thank you for everyone that give me a like thumb up. Okay, still not working on the ripple, still just working on some of those details in the rocks. No ripple, reflection, still not. Almost, but not yet. Maybe. Okay. I'm gonna play here with something. Let's say, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Ooh, too dark. Let's say, just a hint. The character in the distance, but already it's give me a different shape than I wanted. Just because I want to have the opportunity to do this. Something in the distance. Very blurry. And getting some more ripples here and there. Making sure I have enough of the dark ground of the wet and still have those warm moments here that would give me the illusion of this bank. Still everything has vanishing point, remember? Soft. Vanishing point would be somewhere over here. You see, remember the lines? We want to make sure that we're keeping it. And only hints of those building, not more than that. I feel like Dory has a little bit too much of definition. I'm gonna blur her up. I'm gonna blur this part. So when you need to do this atmosphere, I'm adding a lot of water to those edges. More water and careful. Maybe need this little bit more water. Okay, so this is wet and you need perspective atmosphere. This is a way to do it. Be gentle. All of this gonna get blurry. Why? Because this is what happened with things in the distance. I feel like this is too strong. Soft, 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 soft. So you see how the horizon line almost disappear? Maybe some of this can get softer, but here I'm not going with the circle motion. I'm just going horizontal. And now it's the clean part. Let's get some clean part. Let's get those highlights. Okay, because light reflects vertical, and this is the only thing that you would really have vertical in the art, because perspective make every other vertical line going into the vanishing point. So you saw, I hope you can see how much change it makes with the feel of the water being reflective all of a sudden. Maybe even here I can do some. Just make sure that you keep it clean, so you do few lines and you change it. Okay, we're getting those highlights everywhere. Okay, the key here is first of all that you're using a paper that can handle it, and the gentle, really gentle touch. You don't want to damage the paper. Okay, so all of this, it's an illusion. It's not wet. I am just right now picking up more color and more water. Okay, so what you're seeing here, it's not a reflection, it's just the painting. Okay, anyone gonna try it later on? Now, this area over here might be some dark area here and there, because the reflection is not only for light. And which color did I use? I think this one. So here and there, just make it soft, 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 soft. A little bit of purplish color, which means that we have a little bit more red in the blue, but it's still very cold color. I want this purple. What would you recommend to start? To start what? Or is beach painting? Um, You're talking about just how to imply it, like how to start the painting itself. I would say, as any landscape, look to see if you have a strong vanishing point, because, as I said, the moment if you don't get it at your drawing, you wouldn't have it in your painting. And with water, painting water, it's all about reflection. I can tell you that here, um, I had to work harder because I didn't leave enough white areas. So really make sure that you get in your um, white paper when you're placing your washes. Make sure that you're leaving enough white, because there would be always reflections. always water reflection. The other thing you want to pay attention is that the water make the um, sand wet. So you probably want to make sure that you are getting some darker colors closer to the sand. And I think this is as far as starting. So it would give you a good starting point. But I also think that you want to focus at if you're getting so passionate about fruit or still life, I think you need to focus on that. Because although I see similarity with whatever subject matter I'm doing, let's say that the vanishing point is not as important in still life. I still think about it as a, a landscape many times when I work on still life, but I also think about it about landscape when I work on with this is too dark um, portrait painting many times. I'm like, okay, it's very much like a landscape because I treat the nose as a heel, if it makes sense. However, even though if you're very passionate about some kind of subject matter, sometimes it's too much and you would feel more fresh if you take a break. Okay, let's do some reflections of those rocks. And let's get some more ochre, getting some of the lights. Some blend here, cleaning the brush. And guys, I hope you see how the conversation goes. So feel free to ask for tips, to ask why I'm doing something. Maybe you do it differently, and you want to know why I have different choices. Um, you know that in art there is a lot of personal preference, and I have a lot. That some are different than what traditionally been taught. So feel free to ask. This is why we're here. This is about being tutorial more than just being about um, me showing off. I don't know how to call it. So yeah, it's more about the learning process. And if you're watching it after, um, I keep up with comments still, even after. So feel free to ask. It's just obviously it's easier for me to give answer right now, and it's going to be more a detailed answer. Okay, closer to us, some more details. So more use of a dry brush would be closer to the seashore. Now, if you're doing more of a close-up of those breaks of the white foam, you want to focus a lot at the shadow that the white foam is casting over um, the ground. But over here, I'm not sure that we would even see it so far. So a lot of editing. And getting some more. And now the base was here, but because I worked here on this pattern with texture, the water just shifted, so I'm reclaiming the base of the rock. Over here, too strong of a transition, so I'm softening it because I want to have more highlights in the rocks. I'm gonna add a little bit of red to the base and mix it with whatever color I have here and let it bleed to the reflection. Okay, we need those highlights. I don't want to lose it. So let's get those. Maybe here as well. And I'm using mop brush to do that. Have a thicker point. So it has more strength in it. I don't feel like it's done yet. What do I want to do? Do I want to try purple here? I just want to have more separation between the darks. So I'm doing some repetition in the shadow of some of the areas. I really want the tip to have a lot of pigment, so I can do some of this. I hear my Dory waking up, so soon I can show you the dog that inspired it all. Okay, let's say this goes like this. And then we have maybe coming from here. I just want to break the too much of a symmetry that I have here. Okay, so it's not all gonna be like a flat one stone. We have water that coming in, Maybe we would have a little bit of foam action. Okay, so the idea and what I'm trying to achieve here is that it's not all flat facing me. Okay, we already have Dory that is kind of flat. She's not in any perspective or anything like that. So we have the perspective of the beach. I don't want to also have like super flat rocks. So most of them are straight, you see, but I want to have some different angle. Maybe even here I will do it. I can still do it, okay? So this goes like that. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, so the rocks is facing that direction. And see how much more interest it would bring you on. It's already shifted. Does it look like it's shifting? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, let's get some brown to do some mid-tone. I'm gonna get some dark brown. Okay, and I'm tapping for texture. Okay, we would still need to do the ripples. We still didn't work on any of those ripples. Okay, so I'm not creating the shadow from the foam. I am creating the darker value that's coming closer to the beach. Okay, guys, you've been quiet. Maybe we have some reflection here like this. Okay, let's start doing more of those reflections. We paint differently. You've learned a lot watching. Yeah, well, this is the idea. When you're watching a tutorial, when you're watching other artists, you're not supposed to adapt to what they're doing. You're supposed to think about it's like wonderful buffet dinner every time you're watching other artists, and you don't want to eat everything. Um, you would get mishmash, and it wouldn't fit you, and it wouldn't fit your body. So what you're doing is looking for the um, the right thing that would nourish you. And you take this, and this is a free buffet, so you can try whatever, and maybe it fits you, and maybe it's not. But you have the opportunity to try. Um, I feel like this with my nieces, that we're doing a buffet and they can try everything. It's not like you buy them a dish and then you get so upset because they don't eat it, and you still have to pay. It's a buffet, so take what you need, only what you need. Stay true to yourself. Need some highlights, so I'm getting those highlights and some darker value. So let's get come on, I have this brown blue. Why didn't I use this one? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get this to the side. And painting in some more reflection. Okay, so remember, the beach is definitely not a mirror. You're not gonna get a crystal clear reflection. Also, reflection would be most sharp, closer to the object, and a little bit less farther you go. Too light. Too bright, actually, it's not too light. It's good dark. Ah, when it's not wet enough, it doesn't give marks. But when it's too wet, it's not as opaque as I want it to be. I think it's come along quite a lot from the moment that I started. Now in those reflections, there are points that are very dark, some are lighter. So you want to have all the values. And I'm being careful here, leaving it is foggy as possible. So the area that are most dark, getting the darker again. Don't you hate it? It's like working with a broken um, pen when I doing the work, but nothing come out. Okay, keep it very organic, very, very organic. Make it horizontal enough so it would read as ripples. Okay, now I'm gonna start to get some more ripples. Okay, some dark and some lighter. So just with very few, just a bit, few pigments, very low dose. Water with tiny, weeny. Thank you, Frida. You would have to remind me that it's you. Mhm. And I think that there were enough things that are less of a painting and more of a technique that you can apply. Because I mean, it's great to have a painting ability, but there should be a little bit of things that are about having a technique. Like Bob Ross is doing the reflection. Really, artists need to know what reflection is, but for his technique, anyone can do that, like to actually perform it. So I think as an artist, there is many things you need to learn where it's supposed to be. But the moment that you know where things are, it's better just to have the right technique to translate what you have in your mind into the paper. Adding some more blue to the reflection. It's look very dark right now, but it's not going to stay this way, so I would probably would have to come back with some more color. I don't know, you need to remind me once or twice. After this, I would remember. Who knows? Maybe I would remember next time. Who knows? I surprise myself sometimes. Some more pigment here. Because I feel that the white marker is going to show up. This is what I feel. In order for the white marker to show up, I need to find it. Where did I put the white markers? I'm doing different project, so this is why I have to clear. Okay, this wouldn't help. Where are the white markers? Okay, white marker. Found it, found it, found it. Very good. I don't remember. One of them is working, one of them is not. Okay, we want to have a little bit of this foam kind of showing up. Now, remember, getting farther from us. Just need to be smudge closer to us, more details. So I think that what I'm gonna do is add some water. Okay, and get it smudge here. And then we're just gonna have some hints. Maybe here we actually having a wave. Okay, so the paper is wet. This is why I can do that. And this is acrylic marker, so this is why I can do that. Acrylic is water-based. And we say that maybe here, wait, where did I had it? I'm sure apparently not. Okay, so maybe here we have just some kind of like details like this. And some are smudging and some not as much. So you see the difference between the white here, that I'm not that afraid to keep it white. There are some areas that completely white, and then here, how it's becoming more and more foggy. Hi, Zoe. Good morning. How are you doing? And closer here, just the hint of those ripples, maybe even less. Just a hint. Okay, adding water. I need more water here. And some of the white is actually just highlight. Maybe here. Where else can I do some more white? Maybe here would be good place for it. Okay, so maybe those rocks create a different movement in those waves. Where else now? We need some here. Here it's deeper, so we have maybe a little bit of those um, splash, just maybe a little bit of splash. And maybe from here it's actually we have a break. You see me, I'm doing a lot of smudging because I don't want everything to be the same white. Okay, you can hear Dory in the background doing her Dory stuff. And I hope you feel like it's giving it more of believable atmosphere. Sha, Dory, what is it already 8? What time is it? I come on. Which means that my Dory is full of crap. She's lying. Hi, Dory. Okay, some places over here I want some splash. Some places over here I want to have more white. Like this is completely white. And we have the muscle here, we have this over here, and it's not wet enough. It needs to be wet. Quickly. You're far away from the beach. I'm close to the beach, sort of, but the traffic make it terrible. So COVID, during COVID, when nobody was out, it took me about, I don't know, 35 minutes to get to the beach, which I don't think consider bad. I'm trying to find the jelly roll because I want lighter lines. And then, hi Dory. And then today is about, I don't know, 50 minutes to an hour. Let's see, 50 minutes to an hour in a traffic is not something I'm really enjoying. I still do it. Mostly sign day really early. Hi. Okay, so this is Dory. Ignore the mess. Dory, can they see your face? So this is the dog from the picture. She doesn't want to show her face. Dory, the other side. Well, this is it. So this is my model. She's very much of my, well, I don't know. She's my baby. I think that she's the most gorgeous dog in the world. So some are ripples and some are foam, of like if you're looking at the white. No, I have my Dory. I have my Dory and I have my nieces, which are my human contact um, for the next generation. But they are much more into dogs. Let's clean the brush because I want to have different variation in this white. And this is how I get it. Okay. It's too small to do that. I want to have just like those splash. Wish. Fou, Nilsa. My dog is about to give up. What are you sniffing, Bushu? My hubby drinks coffee. This is why you heard the footsteps. And when he drinks coffee, he give her a milk. Yeah, the white. We were planning for that, right? We got all the dark area where we knew that we wanted the white. So you can always, if it's a painting that is very much based on the foam, maybe you even want to tape a mask some of the art. But if it's something like this that you have only here and there, um, then you can just add the color in. The jelly roll would be better here, but it's okay. Can't find my jelly roll. Okay, so we have some areas that are completely white. היי דורי, דורי יוצא החוצה דורי. And I don't feel that I'm done, but I think that I need to let go for now and have a different perspective next time I'm painting. So hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you enjoy it. This is one last look, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do more live here in this platform. So thank you for following me if you did. If you don't, it's a good time to do that. And bye for now.